Aloha and welcome to the State Football Playoff edition of the Maui News Sports Report. We've got a lot of fun to get to in the next few minutes, so let's get right to it.
I'm Bill Schindler. He's Rob Colias. And Robbie, I'd give you a rose for your Ducks, but oh wait, they aren't going to the Rose Bowl.
Yeah, I'm in mourning for my favorite two college football teams, so I'm wearing their colors in support.
Well, speaking of a team that suffered a loss over the weekend, that's the Baldwin Bears. Is their season now done as they lost 21-3 to Farrington over the weekend on Friday night. And so the Bears now out of the state playoff.
And Bill, the thing started well for the Bears. They went 24 yards on their opening possession. It doesn't sound like very far, but they kicked a 43-yard field goal, a career long by Ricky Casco, to take a 3-0 lead over the Governors. But for the rest of the half, they had 7 more yards.
Governors were 0-3 against the Bears coming into Friday night's game, and so this was a big win for them. They will advance to play top-seeded Punahou next Friday. And, of course, it was a tough game for Farrington with heavy hearts as Dane Ortiz, their senior DB, who was lost at sea on November 2nd in a kayaking incident, still missing, and so they had him on their minds all night.
And, Bill, they wore helmets on one side. They had their regular G, like the Green Bay Packers. On the other side, they had DO29 in honor of their lost teammate. And big win for them. They were 1-5-1 all-time against the Bears before Friday night. They leave here with a rare win. They had lost in 99, 2007, and 2011 prior in the state playoffs here against the Bears, but they just wore the Bears down in the first half. Sanele Lavatai ran for 105 yards on 16 carries. In the second half, he concentrated on linebacker, and Sitaleki Hufunga took over at running back, 75 yards on 13 carries for him. The final yardage tally, 407 for the Governors, 111 for the very young Baldwin Bears.
And looking ahead as the Lunas, well, they'll have their hands full this coming Saturday night. They, of course, draw Kaiser, who went over to the Big Island and thrashed Kona 59-6. They are now 11-1 as Kaiser. That's 11 straight wins. And when you look back, the only loss this year, Robbie, was to Campbell.
And Campbell's in the Final Four of the Division I tournament. That was a 21-7 preseason decision. Kaiser's won 11 in a row. Of course, the Lunas top-seeded, first 10-0 season in school history. Kaiser has Fito Fisi'iahi, easy enough for me to say, and Thomas Butenba Leong. Both of them have rushed for more than 650 yards on the ground, but the Lunas counter with 3 rushers of their own, 3 of the top 4 in the MIL. Jared Rocha Islas won the MIL rushing title, 814 yards, 12 TDs. Makoa Feliki Tonga right behind in third, 789 yards, 8 TDs. Christian Whitehead, probably their top choice at running back, 553 yards, 9 TDs. And it's going to be a great game on Saturday night at War Memorial Stadium.
Of course, the Lunas are only the second MIL team ever to have a top seed in the state playoffs. And the other team, well, it was the Lunas back in 2007. And, you know, a lot of people feel like this game, this matchup between Kaiser and the Lunas probably should be, Robbie, the state championship game in Division II.
It's raised a lot of eyebrows. I wrote a story about it, reaction from Joe Belangi-Tao, Chris Chung, the MIL and state head men, if you will, and both kind of scratched their heads. But the one good thing about it, the Lunas get Kaiser here. The Lunas, it's going to be a rushing battle. The Lunas, out of their 3,197 yards against MIL opponents, 2,754 came on the ground. And oh, by the way, they outscored their league opponents 336-44. Everybody I've talked to feels like this is the de facto state title game.
Well, we'll certainly be happy to watch that, and we hope that you're happy watching this. I'll see you on the radio. He'll see you in the newspapers, and we'll see you again next week.
And send us your bobbleheads.